Okay, so today we're going to talk about the overprescription for opioids in America. There are many causes for it. The first dated all the way back to the 18th century. This is when Chinese immigrants brought it back with them in the form of opium. Opium is a dried latex obtained from the opium poppy. Approximately 12% of opium latex is made up of a type of morphine which is processed chemically to produce heroin and other synthetic opioids for medicinal use and for illegal drug trade. The latex also contains the closely related opioid codeine, which is known today as a common narcotic. Later, during the Civil War, medics and nurses became dependent on the drug. They used morphine as painkiller for injured soldiers. After the soldiers would leave, they were still dependent on the drug even after the war, therefore spreading the dependency of opioid painkillers.
Around the late 1900s, the pharmaceutical companies reassured the medical community that the patients would not become addicted to the new prescription opioid painkillers. Some doctors actually knew that their patients would become addicted, and they saw that they could make a profit, so they overprescribed for extra money on the side of their job.
Yeah, some of the effects of that, there are many effects. Doctors prescribed around 76 million prescription opioids in 1991. The number grew to 260 million in 2016. People who misused became addicted to prescription opioids. These people not only abuse these drugs, but also many other illicit drugs. It is known that 80% of heroin users reported first abusing prescription drugs. Around 11.5 million people misuse prescription opioids. 116 people also die every day from opioid-related overdoses. For one of our solutions, we could advance better practices for pain management. If we were able to find other sources of pain management, we would be able to lessen the chance of drug addiction. There are many forms of drug treatment, such as mind-body treatments, yoga, and many different types of meditation. Hypnosis has offered adherence relief from pain, depression, anxiety, stress, habit disorders, and many other psychological and medical problems. It has been shown to particularly effective during childbirth and in pediatric settings, and even provided anesthesia during surgery and painful medical procedures. There are also forms of acupuncture and massage therapies that have been known to help in pain reasons. Acupuncture therapy can release blocked qi in the body, which is a type of chemical which it distracts from the pain, and it stimulates function, evoking the body's natural healing response through various psychological systems. By stimulating the body's various systems, acupuncture can help to resolve pain and improve sleep, digestive function, and sense of well-being.
It can also reduce the demand for the drug. 15.5 million people around America are addicted to drugs, and 50% of them became addicted because of the drugs prescribed by their doctors. By taking away the prescribed drugs, you can eliminate half of the drug addiction population. There's also the TENS unit, which stands for Transcutaneous Electrical Nerve Stimulation Unit, can also be used to treat pain. TENS is a good source because it eliminates the addiction worries, as well as you don't need refills on the pills, and on top of that, it has a customizable relief.
That's also very good. Also, another thing we could do is we could improve access and standards to treatment and recovery facilities. Those who are addicted should have the opportunity to access the treatment centers, and treatment centers tend to be very, very expensive as well. With doing that, we could lower the costs and open more treatment centers around the country so people have a better chance of getting into them and finding a place for help. In 2013, 10.9% out of the people who need treatment actually received it. While there are some centers that do accept free admission, they're not typically easy to come by. Most commonly, centers charge thousands of dollars a day, and that's a lot of money for people who have spent a lifetime, or not a lifetime, who have spent quite a few amount of money on drugs. So getting them into the centers would be hard on them. There are only 1,400 treatment set programs in America for 11.5 million civilians addicted to those drugs. It seems to be not enough. Like, you can't fit that many people into those centers. For solutions, I think, honestly, personally, that using better sources of pain management would work better. I mean, as well with pain management, I mean, some of the therapies you would be using are also beneficial to relief, stress relief, helps with the pain, also can help your digestive system and many things like that. It also eliminates the chance of the drug. So it eliminates the addiction. It's not a gateway drug anymore, and you don't have to pay as much. I mean, acupuncture and therapies like that are very therapeutic in many other ways. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think it helps, like you said, keep the demand for the drug low, and also it keeps the spots open in the treatment centers for people who didn't start on those but are into more serious drugs or have more serious options or problems. So I think that's
yeah, it keeps them so they can also get into the facilities and they're not overcrowding. So yeah, that's definitely, I think that's one of the solutions we should try to use together. I think that's what the government could do to help the opioid problem, and that's all.